Hi, I'm Mingyung from Relearn to Share. Today I'll be talking about Unit 2 of AP World History on the networks of exchange. As for a broader context, I'll be explaining on three types of trading networks. The three trading networks are the Silk Road, the Indian Ocean trade route, which is also known as the Sea Road, and the Trans-Saharan trade route, which is also known as the Sand Road. As the trading between various places started, goods and ideas were shared, and the empire started to grow. An example of the empire that grew from the trading route was the Mongol Empire. The Mongol Empire was able to conquer many regions from having control over the Silk Road. An important place to know from the trading network is the caravanserai. The caravanserai is an inn or guest house for people to rest that was located around the trade routes. This allowed people to resupply their animals and allowed merchants to share ideas and exchange goods. For Silk Road, how did it start? The Silk Road started by the Han Dynasty opening trade with the West. The Silk Road mostly traded luxury items such as silk, iron, and gold. The Silk Road allowed the spread of Buddhism, which Buddhism was able to enter China and became widely known. And as Buddhism entered China, it caused the formation of Neo Confucianism, which is a Chinese style of Buddhism. And we could say that the Silk Road affected religions to blend with each other as Neo Confucianism was formed. Buddhism basically spread from South Asia to East Asia. Later on, as Buddhism entered China, the Chinese state took direct action and destroyed temples and monasteries because they believed that it was harmful to the Chinese culture and Confucian teachings. So, as a result, the Silk Road was able to blend different religions into one. However, it also caused conflict between religions. Now, I'll be talking about the Sea Road, which is also known as the Indian Ocean trade route. The Sea Road traded bulk goods such as spices, textiles, and rice. As the ship allowed to carry a lot of goods, they mostly traded bulk goods. People mostly used Latin sails, which allowed to manage directions very easily. From the sea road, Islamic religion spreaded, and it connected all people across the Indian Ocean. An effect of the sea road was that the sailors were able to gain knowledge of monsoon winds as they had to travel across the ocean for many times. The sailors were able to learn about the monsoon winds, which made them possible to arrive to their destination more faster. And the Sea Road caused the rise of diasporic communities. The diasporic communities are known as the group of people who left their home country. They were basically the people who started to spread their culture and traditions. An important empire to know in from the Sea Road is the Srivijaya Empire. The Srivijaya Empire had controlled Malacca, which is a place that all sea trade between China and India has to be passed through Malacca or the Sunda Straits, which made the Srivijaya Empire to become more powerful. This made the empire to have control over the whole international sea trade by controlling one of the trade routes in Malacca. Now I'll be talking about the Trans-Saharan trade route, which is known as the Sand Road. The Sand Road mostly traded salt, gold, and slaves. It linked the North Africa and the Mediterranean world with the West Africa. The Sand Road increased trade because they had camel saddles. Camels were a good animal to use for trading because they were able to carry goods easier and it made them possible to travel for long periods of time as camels were able to survive without water for more than 10 days. And caravans were known as group of traders who went across the desert. And the Muslim kingdoms of North Africa dominated the Trans-Saharan trade. One of the empire is the Mali Empire, which was ruled by Mansa Musa. Mali Empire was able to become the wealthiest kingdom in Africa by dominating the Sand Road because they were able to trade expensive goods with their goods. They were able to become rich and wealthy. The slaves were traded across the desert in the sand road because Islamic North African countries wanted to become civilized, that they traded slaves, and it developed Western African civilization and increased wealth, which also sparked commerce and education in Western African countries. Now, I'll be talking about the Mongol Empire, which is known as the most powerful empire during period 1. The Mongol Empire was led by Chinggis Khan, which is the leader of Mongol Empire, and he started by forming a small following by persuading his friends, but later on his empire grew, and he was able to conquer Russia, China, and Persia from his empire being powerful. The Mongols gave themselves a Chinese dynastic title called the Yuan, so they are also called the Yuan Empire or the Yuan dynasty. And the causes of Mongol invasion was because the Mongols weren't able to obtain needed goods. At first, the Mongols weren't able to get what they wanted, so they planned on dominating the Silk Road, and later they dominated the Silk Road to get what they needed. And they also wanted to bring the entire Muslim world under control. This was because they wanted to become the powerful empire, the most powerful empire in the country. And the effects of the Mongol Empire was that it increases trade because the Mongol Empire had a strong government. It secured safety to the merchants, which made trading to happen more often. And the spread of culture, language, and technology and disease were the effects of Mongol Empire. And disease was spread, which caused mass killing because Black Death was brought from Europe. Black Death is a disease that was started from rats and fleas in the ship, which spread it to people and spread it across the Silk Road. And also, the Mongol Empire killed a lot of people because their main purpose was to become the most powerful empire in the world, which they applied violence to people who they didn't obey their orders or demands. And they also destroyed empires such as Baghdad and Abbasid because they just wanted to become the most powerful empire. Thank you for listening to my presentation, and I hope this video was helpful. Please like and subscribe. Thank you.